Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Deidre. It is Veterans Day. When a few more people get in here, I'm going to read a few things from this nostalgic look back in time. Remember when? I don't remember 1944, but the United States remembers it. It has a lot of tidbits of information in there, like how much a car was back in 44 and different things. They built the Pennsylvania Railroad and such. How's your morning going, Deidre? School's out. Drinking some coffee. Nice. My daughter takes these old chairs like this and reclaims them, and she puts band art on them. This is one that she didn't sell or didn't decide to refurbish. For why, I don't know. So I thought I'd bring it out here. It's a nostalgic chair as well. Old. Good morning, Pickerick. How are you doing? This is going to be a look back at the year 1944. It's not very cold today, Rick. At least in this neck of the woods. How is it in your neck of the woods? Good morning, Bobby McNutt. This is my daughter's backyard. She doesn't have as much backyard as I do. Well, she has woods. Well, it's 44. Perfect. We're going to talk about 1944 in honor of our veterans. A memorial. To our veterans. And in case Steve's here, I have my eye on you, Steve. Your dad served in World War II. Well, this is perfect then for you, Pickerick. The book is really cool. It just has little tidbits in it. As soon as I finish this cigarette, I'll start sharing it. It tells the price of cars, price of canned goods, price of produce. I mean, look at the TV on there and the coffee grinder. The radio. Yes, it's pretty cool. Good morning, Susan Lee. Thank you for being here. We're going to do a little tribute to our veterans. I'm going to breathe through this book. Good morning, Christy. Deidre, if you're going to be here a while I'm briefing through the book, if anybody comes in the room, if you could greet them for me, because I'll be focused on the book. And I can't hold the selfie stick, the book, and read the chat as well. I thank you. in advance. And good morning, Christy. I'm not quite done with my cigarette. At least this pack here is going to last me 2 or 3 days. It's not I smoked the whole pack in one day, which is good. I left the cigarettes in the car last night so I didn't get tempted to smoke any during the night. Boy, Bobby, I say one thing. The nighttime streams are really missed. Cliff Note wasn't on. Hardly anybody was on last night. If anybody knows Dr. Fish, he's in jail. Hippie Chick, good morning. Good morning. I'm about ready to get into this book. Remember when? I'm going to put my glove on. I love it when the woods start dropping their leaves because you can really see back into these woods. It's pretty cool. We throw our food out for the animals in the winter time. Lettuce and such. And the glove, oop. The glove is on. Okay, I'm getting the book. It's good to take care of nature. Nature takes care of us. Swanson TV dinners came out in 1944. The richness of life lies in the memories we have forgotten. Here's the first page. The timeline. The Air Force announces production of the U.S. jet fighter, the Bell P-59. I'm just going to go through some of it. Congress charters the CIA agency in June. Congress establishes the rank of general in the Army, 5-star general. 30 blocks in Cleveland, Ohio burn after liquid gas factory explodes. The 1944 World News. D-Day begins when Allied troops make landings at Normandy, which leads to the recapture of Paris. Anne Frank, discovered by the Nazis, taken to concentration camp. The first V-1 rocket bomb hits London. General MacArthur returns to the Philippines. German officers make an unsuccessful attempt to assassinate Hitler. French take lead allies into Paris. And there's our U.S. Army truck. The autocar trucks. That was the second page. Franklin Roosevelt is elected to his 4th term as president. The Big Bend National Park. The GI Bill of Rights is passed, giving World War II veterans benefits, most notably housing, subsidies, and funding for college education. Meat rationing. Harry S. Truman is elected vice president. A team of scientists working at Harvard University, IBM. Chiquita bananas are introduced. And then you have this cute page here with the little baby looking at his mommy and daddy. Is that you, Bobby McNutt? Playing with your daddy's lips? Oh, Bobby. You were so cute. Good morning, Jerry Fortune. And then we have this. The World Series champion was the St. Louis Cardinals. Indianapolis, Stanley Cup, basketball, Heisman Trophy, and we have the farmer again. Look at that old car. The DeSoto. I don't even remember a DeSoto. Because of the World War II manpower shortage, the Cincinnati Reds used 15-year-old softball Joe Nuxhall for 2/3 of an inning and an 18 loss at St. Louis. He was the youngest player in Major League Baseball. Of course, I'm just briefing through. I'm not reading the entire book. President of the United States was Franklin Roosevelt. Vice President Henry Wallace. The Nobel Peace Prize was for the Red Cross. Miss America was Venus Ramsey, Washington, D.C. Life expectancy was 62.9 years. A tree grows in Brooklyn. Strange fruit and the green years were all best during that war. Westinghouse was pre-war. Westinghouse promises finer appliances. The early patient, the doctor says no, no. A new house. This is the cost of living in 1944. A new house was $3,475. The average income was $2,378 per year. A new car was $975. The average rent was $50. Tuition to Harvard, $420 a year. A movie ticket, 40 cents. Gasoline, 15 cents a gallon. The postage stamp, 3 cents. Sugar, 75 cents for 10 pounds. Milk, 62 cents per gallon. Coffee, look at that, 48 cents a pound. Green Wizard, you can definitely afford that. Look at that bacon there, Picker Rick. I don't even buy bacon because of the price. Now look at it, 45 cents a pound. Hamburger, 32 cents a pound. Fresh baked bread, 10 cents a loaf. Shall I continue, or is this boring, everybody? If you think it's not interesting, I can stop. We're already in the middle of the pages. Continue, okay. We're in the middle of the book already. Birth notices. I don't even know who Danny De Niro is, but he was born in November 17th, Danny De Niro. George Lucas, May 14th, and Michael Douglas, September 25th. Oh, who'd have known? Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey. His father is actor Kirk Douglas. Emailed at UC in Santa Barbara and majored in drama. He found success in the 70s police show, The Streets of San Francisco. Streets of San Francisco, some movies include A Perfect Murder and Basic Instinct and The Game. Oh, here you go. Jimmy Page, guitars for Led Zeppelin. Jerry Springer, February 13th, started his talk show in 1944. Wow. Diana Ross, entertainer. Gary Busey, actor. Barry White, a singer. I did not know that. And here's one for you all. I am not a spam eater, but spam in salad. That looks like a stuffed tomato with cottage cheese, spam, and some cabbage sprinkles. I'm trying to get it so you can see the spam with salad recipe. There you go. And that's crazy. Right? Jimmy Page. 1944. I mean, so he's had to be pretty old now. 44, they'd be 76 years old if they're alive today. Born in 76. Here's one on this guy. Who doesn't know him? Movie buff, there's one for you if you're here. Frank Capra's Arsenic Old Lace. I don't even know if that movie existed. Warner Brothers. Frank Capra and Cary Grant. Okay, hippie chick, this page is for you. I know you like the movies. Don't Sweetheart Me by Lawrence Welk. G.I. Jive by Louis Jordan. I don't know any of those. I Dream of You by Andy Russell. I Love You by Bing Crosby. I'll Get By. I wonder if that's I'll Get By with a little help from my friends. By Harvey Jones. I'll Walk Alone, Dinah Shore. Okay, Deidre. It's Love, Love, Love by Carrie Lombardo. My Heart Tells Me, Glenn Carey. And Shoo Shoo Baby by the Andrews Sisters. The movies Going My Way, Jane Eyre, Double Indemnity, To Have and Have Not, Gaslight, Meet Me in St. Louis. No clues what those are either. Paulette Goddard, look at this. The story of 10,000 American girls. 10,000 American girls were married to 10,000 soldiers. Sonny Tufts. Together Again. Barry Fitzgerald. Could you do that, Picker Rick? Could you actually put that girl up on your shoulders and carry her around like that? If you're in here? Bobby, what about you? I mean, is that not just for photography? I don't know any man that can do that, really. You give it a hell. She better be petite and tiny. Right? I mean, really, look at her. She's got pearls on and a little red belt, high heels. He's all happy with rosy cheeks. It's like, really? Christy, we're going over the Life with Win Linda, hello. And Bobby says, not anymore. This is White. The White Motor Company. I never even heard of the White Motor Company. Personalized service all over the world. They must have been a trucking company, because this worldwide guy here with his hands spread out and a bunch of trucks. Is that a Freightliner White? Really nice pictures, though, in this book. Oh, and this girl looks pretty cool. Pontiac Motor Division, lady, we want to tell you about a man. Oh, lady, look at this lady. I wonder who the man is they want to tell her about. It's Pontiac Motor Division. Look at that commercial. Long gloves. Sexy. Look at sex sells back then as well. Advertising. You don't even see the Pontiac car. Pontiac Motor Division. What the heck? You see a window and a piece of a door. Where's the car? Where's the car? And here's the calendar for the 1944 days and dates. Anybody want to pick out a specific date? I don't know. But, oop, calendar. Right, Susan? How the heck they get away with that? Because it's publishing. It's the way they did it back then. Oh, this is the kitchen. There's mealtime magic in my Lazy Susan dinette. I remember my aunt had a Lazy Susan, which turned so you could get to things. Armstrong's Lincoln Floors. The flooring, they're advertising the flooring here. And the modern kitchen. There's that mint green. Lots of plants in there. Isn't that pretty cool? With a checkered chair. Like a half floor. Part to show the kitchen versus the dining room. There's mealtime magic in my Lazy Susan dinette. And then you can write down personal memories. And as you can see, my personal memories from 1944, blank. I was not around in 1944. And there's notes for the back. That ends that. Take a look back and remember when. National and world news, full-color advertisements, movies, music, price index, famous births, your timeline, and much more. They do sell these books, publishing books. They do have them for every year of birth. I had gotten some for my kids' births, and I don't know why, what inspired me to get 1944, but I did know it was a significant year for the war, and that was the World War II. So I thought it was appropriate today we do this in honor of our veterans today and our veterans past gone. And I'll set that there. I might, if more people come into the room, I might go through it again as well. I don't know yet. Rick, are you going to be going live later? I know Iron Dog was live. And I saw Green Wizard live. I didn't intend to butt up against him, but you only have so much time in a day. Your sister was born year after. Wow, Susan. So just think, I mean, rent was $50 a month. What a house cost today. How time is really inflation. You know, Grizz made a comment today about our freedom. Yeah, well, that's what I did, Rick. And I started thinking, I go, well, Rick usually goes live about 9 or 10. If I wait till 9, I'm bumping up against Rick. I don't want to do that. So I just, and Mach 1 was in Iron Dogs, and he said, you know what, go live when you want to go live. Don't worry about others, just go live and do your thing. So I got my happy butt out here, and that's what I did. When this tree drops the leaves, you'll have to see it. It's 2 trees hugging each other. It's a really cool tree, but you can't see it now. I'll show it more in the wintertime. Life with Linda. Raining here, and man, is it cold. Sorry to hear that, Linda. I'll blow some heat your way. Hopefully you warm up or stay warm. Linda, where are you located? What state, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, you're in Canada. Oh, I bet. Missouri. Missouri. I had a friend from Missouri. It is. It's beautiful out here. One year we had that cold. Remember, Rick? It was a few years back when the icicles were on the trees. You could hear the trees in the woods cracking and falling. The ice was dripping off the trees. It was very pretty. Very, very pretty. 20 in the morning. Thick underwear. Yes, this next week. Well, my kids are in Florida, so I have to go feed the cats at his house. I really love these two trees here. They're really pretty. But I love everything. I believe in peace and love, and like I was saying to Grizz, I think war, he was talking about hatred and stuff. I'm just not a war person. I believe in peace. And there's a smarter human way to do things than war. Killing people is just not the answer, in my opinion. But there's people that would debate me on that. When, hippie? Tomorrow? So this little chair's pretty cool to have for the nostalgia book. My daughter takes these chairs and paints them and turns them into band art, and then mails them clear across God knows where with their slightly stupid band. 7 inches? Christy, where are you at? Oh, I bet that's pretty. I bet that's beautiful. I know the view at Kathleen Elliott's house is gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, I know on Wednesday we're in for a cold snap. It's only supposed to get up to 42 degrees on Wednesday. Tomorrow it's better. And here we go. This is a tribute to our veterans who have passed. Oh, wow. Jerry, that's kind of cool. You're going to have snow because then Green Wizard will be able to get his plow going and make some money. Plowing on through, Green Wizard. Mr. Wise, hello, thank you for being here. I was giving a tribute to 1944. Remember when? Cubby 3C Occupied, thank you for being here. I know, he's in Garfield. I used to live in Garfield on Cove Avenue when I was in 3rd grade. Mr. Wise, thank you for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. I have not seen you in a while, and I'm glad you're still around. I'm just saying. Gracie, good morning. Good morning. That is the saying for 1944, the very first page of the book. It's important not to forget our history and remember people that they made the rules and the laws so we could love this debt we're in. Right? Big trucks for big jobs. That poor little guy on the motorcycle there. I don't know if he's guy. And then they have a plane down here. That must be a Japanese plane all shot up. Palm trees for heavy-duty autocar trucks. The autocar. The writing's too small for me to read. Oh, this ad is for silverware, though. Back home for keeps. He must have been in the military as well. Triple D, good morning. This is a tribute to the veterans for World War II from 1944. I've been going over this book. It's a small little booklet. Remember when? 1944 nostalgia. People notice your dirty dog diggers on the back of my car, your magnet. It gets attention. General MacArthur returned to the Philippines. And you know, they didn't have 5-star generals till 1944, it sounds like. They didn't have the CIA till 1944. We had a lot happen then. Can you imagine being rationed on meat? With all the cows we have and all the meat we have nowadays, that they ration meat? The IBM computer, Harvard University constructed the first automatic general purpose computer for general purposes. That must mean they had a computer even before that. I wonder what they meant by general purpose computer. Was that for regular people? Chiquita bananas. Does anybody know where Big Bend National Park is? I don't recall where Big Bend. Is that in Indiana? You need steak? Oh, steak sounds good. I haven't had steak in so long, Rick. Forgot what steak tastes like. Well, I didn't forget. It's just not always in the budget. But it's all good. I wonder why they say this. This must be a book. I wonder if this is the Green Wizard's book. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Strange Fruit, and The Green Years were all bestsellers during 1944. I wonder if that's a throwback to the Green Wizard's book. And that's just putting humor in it. Green Wizard, is that you? The Green Years were all bestsellers during 1944. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Strange Fruit, and The Green Years. That's just funny. We have Picker Rick promoting his book. Are you going to have steak for breakfast? Hippie, have you had breakfast yet? It does. Kathleen Elliott, good morning. I can't remember, but I did something for you. I mentioned you earlier in this stream, and I can't remember what it was about. Oh, I know now. I was talking about the view you have at your homestead there. The beautiful view you have in the morning. The beautiful view you have all the time in Texas. Kathleen, I'm going through a book, Remember When and Interesting Facts from 1944. Look at that, life expectancy, 62.9 years. That was a harder life back then. Can you imagine 62 years old? How many of us would be gone if we were alive back then? Pre-war Westinghouse home appliances are your post-war promise of finer things to come. Westinghouse. Right? Now the life expectancy is way different. The only patient the doctor says no to. Wyeth Incorporated at 2 a.m. Save your doctor's time in wartime. Looks like they have a peace pipe there on the wall. It looks like a peace pipe to me. Something stuffed in the drawer there. Mystic Unigon, good morning. Little checkered coffee table. His doctor's bag. He looks sad. Poor doctor. His wife even looks sad. I don't know why the doctor's ad is so depressing. The last steam engine. They started the Pennsylvania Railroad here on the first page. 8 tons. Look at that guy. No shirt, chiseled, pants all the way up to under his over his belly button, boots. The Pennsylvania Railroad. 8 tons on our scales. You know, and this is not really the truth because the Chinese, and we brought a lot of people over here from other countries to build the railroad because many of us did not want to work that hard. The Japanese, the Chinese, a lot of them slaved over building the railroads. Very grueling, hard work. The world's largest circus tent caught fire. Philadelphia was paralyzed by transportation strikes. The Eye Bank was opened in Manhattan, the Eye, Ear, and Throat Hospital. The CIA. The Boys from Boise debuted a musical. And 5-star generals. I know I'm repeating myself now, but for those who just came in, I'm just going over some turning the page, turn the page, talking about music there. That's crazy. An IBM computer. Look how far we've come since 1944. I didn't even know they had computers in 1944. I mean, it wasn't until the 80s that they got computers in the schools. Heisman Trophy. I think that's pretty interesting that a 15-year-old southpaw, Joe Nuxhall, Cincinnati Reds, was 15 because of the war, a shortage. I wonder why the DeSoto never made it. Of all DeSoto cars ever built, 7 out of 10 are still running. Well, that's not true anymore today. And I don't know what the heck he's got. I see tobacco there, but I don't know what else he has planted. And the kids are bringing in the harvest. Now they would call that slave labor. Hello, Sunshine Cooper. Thank you for being here. We're doing a tribute to the World War II veterans and other veterans, of course. Thank you for being here. If I missed anybody in the chat and didn't say hello, my apologies. Tim's World, good morning. I'm just going over the... Oh, we already saw the doctor. Okay, let's check this page out now. I think this page is very interesting for pricing. I mean, we could all afford to buy a new house, couldn't we? A house, $3,475. No, yeah, new house. The average income, $2,378 a month. So that means, divide that into 52. How much would that be times divided by 52 weeks? $2,378 a year. So how much would that be a weekly income? Can somebody do the math on that? I remember gas, the cheapest I remember gas was 37 cents a gallon when I was a kid. Average rent, $50 a month. All our children could go to college at $420 a year. Let's turn back time. Movie ticket, 40 cents. What's a movie ticket now? $14, $15? 62 cents a gallon. Milk is about $3 a gallon, roughly. 10 cents a loaf. Fresh ground hamburger. Yes, Sunshine, I saw your meal that you made today. I was watching your live stream this morning, and I know it's evening at your place. Cold or hot? Here's the advertisement. Twosome, spam and salad. Cold or hot? Hits the spot. Spam. Hormel. You remember 30 cents? Who likes Spam? Your uncle died in France? Family? Picker Rick? Yeah, there you go. There's a Spam can. The Spam can has changed. That was probably a tin can then. Light cold Spam joins hands with our favorite salad. Ready in a jiffy for special company treat or family standby. Spam is pure pork, rich in B12 and B2. Cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. I think that tomato looks like it's stuffed with cottage cheese. I couldn't begin to tell you what that little dab of stuff is on top of there. Now, toothsome. Where would they, toothsome? Don't understand that part of it at all. And I think that looks like shredded cabbage pretzel sticks. And Spam is still here today. I wonder when Spam actually came out, unless it did come out in 1944. Everybody be sure to say hello. I'm just re-going through the same stuff. Repeating. Kathleen's throwing hugs out to somebody. Gracie's saying goodbye. Goodbye, Gracie. Talk to you later, Gracie. We know the old Gracie goodbyes. Hang out longer, Gracie. Sending hugs. Frank Capra. Raymond Massey and Jack Carson. You know, the lady, Priscilla Lane, and the other lady got very tiny print. They really didn't get acknowledged, the women. It was all the men. I mean, the advertisement showed men, but the women got tiny little print. I mean, their printing on the women was very, very small. Okay, I'm gonna go here to the songs. I'm gonna stay on the songs for a bit. Can anybody name any of these songs that they can remember? Okay, Sunshine. Thank you for stopping in. I might have heard Shoo Shoo Baby. I think I'll Walk Alone. But the rest of those, I remember Lawrence Welk on TV. Does anybody remember any of these songs? Picker Rick, your parents might know them all. I'm sure they had. Rock and roll wasn't in that much. I don't know where that page is about, Yes, You Too. Movies. Goodbye, Gracie. Goodbye, Gracie. I think Gracie stays here till each and every person in the room says goodbye to her. Or she just keeps hanging out. She wants to hear each person here say goodbye. I don't know. I don't understand. Who doesn't love a soldier, right? Any man in uniform. It's just something about a man in uniform. I have a friend I was dating for a small while. He passed away. He died at age 50. But he'd come over in his work clothes, and I just thought he was so yummy looking, as Megan would say. And he golfed. I liked him when he had his golf clothes on, too. Beulah Bond and Bobby Fitzgerald. Mark Sandridge production. Paulette Goddard and Sonny Tufts. No clue who they are. Way before my time. Like I was saying, Kathleen, look at this is an advertisement for a car. Do you see the car? It's for Pontiac. I mean, it's a Pontiac convertible, greenish in color. But how do I know if I like the car? If you like the lady, you'll buy the car, I guess. Right? And it shows you Pontiac Motor Company. Her nice fancy eyelashes and red lips. Looks like she has diamond earrings on. Does anybody wear gloves like that today? I know when I even put winter gloves on, it's hard to maneuver with gloves. I have to take the stinging glove off to do anything. How did they do it back then? They just did. They were elegant. I love Picker Rick because he's a comedian. He adds to the conversation. Right? Right, Mystic? I mean, come on. You're going to... I think the people who were doing advertisement back then had to have more sense. This kitchen's pretty cool looking. Look at all the windows. And this is to advertise the flooring and the Lazy Susan. Two things in one here on this commercial or this advertisement. There's mealtime magic in my Lazy Susan dinette from Armstrong Linoleum Floors. Now, I do believe Armstrong Linoleum Floors is still around. They made it through. The DeSoto, not so much. Gone. Right, Rick? Rick, you need to drive around in a Pontiac like that. You too can have a lovely lady with you. But you have to be able to throw her over your shoulder like a continental soldier. And carry her around. Let me show you. Kathleen, I know you are still married. Can your man whip you around like that? And have a smile on his face still? Rick said he'll give it a good old try. Bobby McNutt said not anymore. Hello, Sherry K. Sherry K, what about you? Can your man... I mean, she's only on one shoulder. I mean, he's not actually carrying her. I can't imagine. Hello, sweet girl. Thank you for being here. We're having a tribute to the veterans, 1944, the year of the CIA's first year, the Central Intelligence Agency. The first year they had 5-star generals. You got a weak guy? But I thought he was in the military as well. I'm telling you, this is the kitchen, the modern kitchen, the Lazy Susan. I'll go back through and show you the pricing, Sherry. We could all afford, I could own my own land, definitely, with that. Oh, they had a disco. I didn't know the disco ball had come out by then. Check it out. I think that's a disco ball. And look at, they had platform shoes. There you go, Mama Miranda. Check out those shoes. That man was very dapper. The television, the radio, Swanson TV dinner. Everybody's still saying good morning to everybody. I mean, that's really something. Look at the way these two look at each other, like they're in love. It looks like it appears as if they're in love, and it tells you Ike, to vote for Ike. I don't see people looking at each other with that glint in their eye anymore. Or maybe I'm too old and stuffy. Look at her playing on the telephone. Who has a phone like that? Kids today aren't even going to know what that kind of phone is. Fake news. Yeah, fake news is true. They had fake news back then as well. Yep, they did. Satire. George Lucas, Michael Douglas, and Danny DeVito were born in 1944. Michael Douglas was born September 25th. Is George Lucas the one that did the Star Wars films? In Modesto, California. Yes, he is the one that did the Star Wars films. And Danny DeVito, November 17th. In Neptune, New Jersey. In Brunswick, New Jersey was Michael Douglas. My son-in-law is from Nutley, New Jersey. And you know what? It just seems weird that Jerry Springer was born in... Jerry Springer's talk show host came out in 1944. Is Jerry Springer that old? She said Nutley. Nutley. He started his show February 13th, 1944. That just doesn't seem right to me. Green Wizard, I want to show you something about your book. In 1944, let's see. I think this is a throwback for your book. I gotta find the right page. Stay in here, Green Wizard, this is for you. Here's the books that were Remember When. I think this is one of your books, Green Wizard. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Strange Fruit and the Green Years were all bestsellers during 1944. The Green Years. The Green Wizard's Guide. Do. It's like a throwback. Green Wizard is in it. Wizards don't die. That's what it is. "1944. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Strange Fruit and the Green Years." See? We are in the Twilight Zone. YouTube Twilight Zone. And like I said, here's Bobby McNutt when he was a baby. That's his parents. I'm doxing him. Noodles, that's one for you. That's what Bobby McNutt looked like as an infant. Bobby McNutt as a baby. Okay, we'll go back to the... Oh, the guitarist, yes. Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page, was born in January. Diana Ross, Gary Busey, and Barry White. Those were the singers born. I'm trying to find the, how much gas was and stuff again. I know I'm doing a lot of peek and repeat, but new people are coming into the chat. Hold on. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, bad girl. But I'm gonna leave it at this. The doctor. Oh! There. You guys can take a look at that. Is everybody in here or anybody still here? Yep, 15 cents. I only remember 37 cents. On West 58 in Cleveland. I started hitchhiking around at a young age. I just remember that. Thank you, Deidre, for acknowledging. It's really not that cold today. And that is for our veterans, the ghost guy. Who's that in here? Somebody in here, I can't read who you are. Oh, Mystic Unigon, okay. I'll tell you, that doctor, though, like I said earlier, he really looks defeated. I like these little Remember When books. They're pamphlet books. They cost $2 or $3. They're pretty cool. I got one each of the years my kids were born, the year I was born, just so they could see and remember when they were born what things were going on. Nowadays, you get Google, you get a book, you ask Alexa. They don't sit down and actually look at a book. It's all on YouTube. It's all on computer. It's all at a touch of a screen. IBM's first personal computers came out in 1944. Paranormal Voices, thank you for being here. Yes, Bobby, you did. Hello, Christy. Everything's on Wikipedia. Everything's on documented now. At a fingertip. At a fingertip. At a touch. At a voice command. Bad Carolyn. Copy C3 occupied. Excuse me. That's the bad part about Arizona Griper. Hello. My daughter refurbishes these chairs and turns them into band art. This one she decided not to use. Oh, there's a bee. It's a little sweat bee. I think it's a sweat bee. Oh, and he flew off. Excuse me. Sherry, how's your house going? Are you still here, Sherry K?
I'm happy to be here.
You're happy to be here? Alexa just chimed off in my pocket. Said I'm happy to be here. That was crazy. That's Siri. Siri, are you listening in on me? That was weird. That was real weird. There's no school today, Veterans Day. Yes, she is. She sure is. Paranormal Voices. I went to a urban, I can't remember, Francis Urban Spirits, and she had one of those voice boxes last night going. It's hard for me to make anything out on those things. I just hear scratchy sounds and maybe a little eep. I really don't hear like loud and clear stuff. Am I missing something? I'm just curious because I do watch those paranormal channels from time to time, but I have no idea what those boxes are supposed to do or not do. Boy, you know, my YouTube is showing I have one person in the room. That's crazy. Because I see the chat going. I have more than one person in here. I'm going to have to look. 16? Oh my goodness gracious, thank you. I'm grateful for 16 in here. I greatly appreciate all of you. 16 people in the room is nice for me. To be able to hold 16 people in the room is fantastic for me. I'd love to be sweet 16 again. I'd do my life so different. I would not have let my anxiety consume my adulthood like Zach. I would have listened more to adults that were trying to help me. And I would have changed things a bit. But I only have today, so I can only take care of today and tomorrow. I am definitely getting out of my comfort zone. Tomorrow I'll be going to Yanceyville and taking my sewing machine to my therapist's office. She's going to have me spend the day there and sew. And people will be coming in and out of the office. She does the EDMR therapy as well. Picker Rick, are you going to have steak? Now you got me thinking about steak. You're going to start your soup. Oh, soup sounds good. What kind of soup? I made a pot of potato soup a week or so ago, and I made way too much of it. I should have froze some because I was eating potato soup the whole week. Too much potatoes. Okay, Susan Lee, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good day. The plane, the plane. I loved Fantasy Island. I thought it was a cute show. So Picker Rick's probably not still in here because he didn't mention his steak, or he's got me on and he's just doing other things. I believe that's what it could be. Could be, could be. Well, that was quick. What kind of soup did you stir, Paranormal? It's soup season for sure. Soup season. There's some random tobacco plants here that came from the field. The farmer does. I usually mow the yard. I have not done her last mow of the season, so her, excuse me, grass is a little bit up there. I had the brush here. I would mow back to the tree line, but her new lawnmower guy has not done it this year, so about 10 feet of the woods has encroached on her property. That's good though, it's less to mow. What kind of soup, especially in the winter? Let me see what kind of soup. I missed it. Peas. Pea soup. Ooh, yum. I like a nice piece of ham bone in my pea soup. It's a Dutch pea soup. Lily Bell. Bell Bells. Lily Bell. Lily Bell. What are you doing out? How'd you get out? Bell Bells. Lily Bell. Hers not supposed to be out. Her isn't. Come here. Come here. Get up here. Oops. Oop. Lily Bells. Lily Bells. You go in the house. You know better. That's my daughter's Chihuahua. They have three. One each. Bandit, Lily Bell, and Nico. I'm not a Chihuahua girl, but I love them. Chihuahua! Yeah, Lily Bell is the oldest. She's the most spoiled. Lily Bell is my granddaughter's dog, and she's usually beside her 24 hours. Well, as much as she can be. Yeah, she's cute. Very cute. I miss my dog. I think I'm ready for another dog. I'm going to get a small one, like a pocket dog. I'm going to look to rescue one. I like the long-haired Chihuahua, Pomeranian mix, Chihuahua Pom, Pekingese. I want something under 15 pounds. Bailey was 20 pounds and she was a little bit hard for me to manage. You should have a different, and don't know how you make it. This is Made the Dutch way. Okay. Dutch. That sounds good though. Being I was raised in a Catholic home, foster home, many group homes, 17 to count, I had a good variety of people's foods and flavors. The best foster home I was Slovenian, Czechoslovakian. Oh, they made some good food. Similar to Polish food. Pizza and nut breads and yummy, delicious food. My Aunt Audrey had a restaurant. I stayed with her a couple years. She's the one that taught me how to cook. For myself, I don't hardly cook at all anymore. I don't. I should, but I don't. If you're still here, Sherry K, I have a question for you. I got some ginger paste at the REA store, reasonably priced. Could I make tea out of the ginger paste or not? I'm just not sure. Because she had told me to take a little piece of the ginger root and boil it up and make it into a tea. I did tell Mama Rinda I was going to go to the REA store. Sherry, also, if you're here, look at the video previous to this one, the live stream for the Patriot gear. I'll probably go to the REA store tomorrow if it's open. No, you can't make a tea out of the paste. Okay, Kathleen. Oh, you love cooking in the winter? Yeah. That's when women got together and did quilting, and I love to quilt. I have so much fabric that I just sits there in boxes. I really need to get busy quilting again and crafting. That will help with depression. Oh, you just take a piece and put it in your tea. Okay. You know, YouTube has given me a lot of tips and I try to use them. But sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's a learning curve. A huge learning curve. But you're never too old to learn. We're never too old. We're going to turn to this page. Since it's a tribute to the veterans, we'll turn to this page for a while. For those who have not seen it. Oop! And it wants to blow back to the good-looking guy, the muscly man, doing the Pennsylvania airport, railroad. Instead, 8 tons, another day older and deeper in debt. That was miners. They owed their soul to the company store. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, come on. Now we're going to have to do it like this. There. There we go. That'll keep it down. If I don't stream more, I'll never get my watch hours in. I'm getting my watch hours in so that maybe when I get monetized, you know, I'll have some extra money for some pizza or something, or movies for the grandkids. And that's what I'm doing this for. Why not? I like YouTube anyways. If it's going to bring me some money, I'm going for it. Go for it. You can do it. There's really nothing to it. Cornbread did bring up a situation that did make me think. Yesterday in the live stream, he had said something to the effect of, what do your neighbors think about you sitting outside, just talking to yourself, rambling on? They must look at you as entertainment, because he said that the cable box was down. I noticed the house where I used to live, they keep looking over here at me as well. Nico and Bandit behind me are barking, because I'm just sitting out here talking like to nobody. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you. I appreciate the encouragement. And I'm going to say this because in case I've said something to offend anyone, that is not my intentions. Sometimes we all look at things through a different lens. We see things different. I'm not here to do that. But in that brush there's some brush. I'll bet some fairies live in there. Can't see it from here. I just know there's a little fairy garden over there. The gnomes are there. They're all comfy. You thought it but didn't ask. He said, you have all that stuff outside. What do they think? But you know what? Nobody's yards, well, around their house they can decorate. Some of them have really nice plants and stuff around their house or their home. I switch mine up back there at my home. I take it in, bring it out, move it around. The landowner hasn't said anything to me, so evidently it's not an eyesore. I try to be respectful. I have it in such a location, I'm not infringing on anybody's privacy. She's been here 18 years paying lot rent. The house next door, my daughter was there, well, she rented it out to us after her house was built 12 years, and my ex and I both have mobiles for 5 years. So yeah, we've got a lot of years paying rent to this guy. Covies says no to, and I'm not sure what he's saying no to. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate the compliment. That grounds me back to peace. I get so anxious, I feel like I'm at the top of that tree right there, streaming. My anxiety is so high. Rooster, hello, good morning. You see me? I see you too, Rooster. This is a tribute to the American veterans today. That being said, I want to ask you, Rooster, if you could do this to Sweet Girl. Let me see. Hold on. I must show you. Rooster, you need to do this and sling Sweet Girl up on your shoulder. Where is it? Okay. Spam. Here it is. There you go. Sling her up there on that one shoulder and carry her around the house. Thank you, Hippie. Hippie, if I've missed anybody, please be sure to greet them for me. I'm not trying to leave anybody out. Rooster, this is you and Sweet Girl. Dress up. Play dress up tonight. You could be a soldier. He's saying hi to Sweets. Look at that. There you go. She loves you. This guy here has the whole world in his hands. White's Trucking. Is that White Freightliner? I don't know. But I do know they don't have the DeSoto anymore. It said 7 out of 10 cars are DeSotos. This is from 1944. I'm showing you this book. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have to know everything. I do know that. 10-4, good buddy, will do. Yeah. CBs, right? I won't tell you what my CB handle was back in the day when I was younger. It was a little naughty. But I was young. I didn't name myself that either. Somebody else did. Somebody else did on the CB. Reaper Man, Art, still has a CB radio at his house. They still have them. Not many people use them anymore, but thank you. Yeah, it's a fun book. It's easy. It's a little pamphlet book. It has 2 staples in it. Who staples a book anymore? What was my handle? I'm a little embarrassed to say. Okay, I'll tell you. It was called Scanty Panties. Yep, that was my CB handle. This is Scanty Panties. I'm not going to admit that to nobody, and I only said it twice. I'm not saying it again. But I would hitchhike from Pennsylvania to Florida, trying to get girls to go, if they wanted to find a way home. We'd run away from the group home. Yeah, we hitchhiked. We were bad. Well, Sweet Girl is a lot better, I would have to say. Sweet Girl is a good CB handle to have. Mine, not so much. Oh, don't put it in, Hippie Chick. You don't put it in writing. Oh no, she didn't. You did, Hippie Chick. You can't hitchhike anymore these days, though. It's not safe. Please don't. But I would read a map. I wasn't afraid of the world like I am now. But once we got to the people's house, the parents, they weren't allowed to let me stay there because it was against the law to harbor a runaway. So I'd get on the bus and go back to the group home, hanging my head down, try to find another kid who wanted to run away. She's a little runaway. And I was a rebel. Rebel, rebel, you tore your dress. And I always went for the long-haired hippie dudes in the back of the class. I got straight A's in school. I was pretty intelligent, but I was a force to be reckoned with. I was a wild thing. I was obstinate, defiant, upset with the world. You know, I got dealt a bad deck. A bad deck from the start. I want to say my mom was a Jezebel, and that's the truth. She definitely was. My father was a fornicator. He was married and had 5 children and cheated on his wife with my mom, who cheated on her husband. But it is what it is. It made me who I am today. So I have to be respectful of that. I didn't ask to choose to be birthed into that situation, but God had a bigger plan for me. I didn't find out this DNA came back 2 years ago, and I've told that story before. Nope. I don't judge. I don't judge. I try hard not to. Sometimes I form an opinion, and then I have to talk to myself and tell myself, self, that wasn't cool. That was being mean and hateful. And I try to hate no one. There's too much hate in the world. And if you read my About section, I am firm on living by that standard. I tell my kids and my grandkids, hate, the word hate, is the worst cuss word than the F word or any of those other words. That's a cuss word. It's not cool. Strongly dislike something. It's just not a cool word. And it is about forgiveness. Even if you don't love me anymore. Forgiveness. Picker Rick, when are you going to have a music show again? Bobby's not playing music anymore, and I miss your music, buddy. If you're in here, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Random song popped in my head. Yes, I hope so too soon. I really enjoy those streams. That's when I lay back, I put you on the big screen, I listen to the music. Hello, closet. Oh shoot, I can't read your name. You just popped in and said hello. Oh, Mommy Crochets. Hello. Did I get you from Linda's House of Chill? I think I might have. She crochets Christmas skates at Christmas time and sends them to people. Noni. I had an Aunt Noni when I was a kid. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He is very missed. I miss him the most in the nighttime. Cliff Note is not on. Picker Rick's not on. The nighttime hours. I'm not always up every night, but there are a lot of nights I am up. Good morning, good morning. Shake your meds. Right? I don't take meds. Very little. Very little. I use therapy instead. And I use mind over matter pain things. Sometimes it does not work. And they say pain is weakness leaving the body, but if that's the case, I'm weak. But I'm very strong. You can hear the backup toot 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 from the Honda plant. And that's my music here. I begged Bobby the other night to go live, but nope. Aww. For migraine prevention. Well, I have to take high blood pressure, and I have to take my thyroid, and I have to take the diabetes thing. Other than that, I have a lot of meds they give me that are PRNs, and I don't take them. They want me to, but I don't. Excuse me, the pharmaceutical meds have so many side effects. And how can they tell you a med can cause constipation diarrhea? So they just want to cover all the bases. So how do you know? You don't. May cause constipation, diarrhea, dizziness, high blood pressure, low blood pressure. May cause da-da-da-da-da. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Lots of water. Yes, and I have been putting 2 teaspoons finely crushed up of pink Himalayan salt in the water. It is also good for you. I have been drinking this water. It is eternal water. It is expensive, a little bit more pricey. The eternal water is made on earth, it says. I think it might be a gimmick, but it's alkaline water. Natural alkaline. Made in Walnut Creek, California. The bottle's really pretty. I'm going to reuse the bottle to make oil glittery things that you can use to calming for kids, for my therapist. But I put, Sherry Kay told me, pink Himalayan salt in your water that you drink daily. Mama Ricky, hello. Yes, this is a tribute to Veterans Day. Look at that, Mama Ricky. Just throw that lady up on your shoulder. I'm going to go back to this page. I switch pages from time to time. This is from 1944, Mama Ricky. What things cost in 1944. Also, 1944 was when they first came out with the Central Intelligence Agency, the first 5-star general was in 1944. Taking, oh, Balin and stepson out for lunch today. Love all. Vets, especially the ones in my family. Right. Exactly. Anthony Schuse has a long line of veterans. His parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents were veterans. Remember them all. That's what today's about. Yes, sir. Christy's saying good morning to Mama Ricky's page. Jerry Fortune is the one that sent me to Mama Ricky after I watched all of Jerry Fortune's videos, every last one she had. I was done. And it wants to turn the page, so we'll turn the page to this fact. The President of the United States, life expectancy was only 62.9 years. What was I saying? Oh, so then I got to Mama Ricky's and I watched every single one of his things. And then from there I went to Linda's House of Chill. And so be it. I was YouTube hooked. About 3 months ago I shut my television off. I got one of those antennas that gets 30 or 40 channels, saving $75 a month, which is good for me. Thus YouTube was born. My son told me about a guy named Donnie Baker. He's hilarious, and I watched some of those. Yes. We're going to change to another page. Birth notices. Spam. Either you love it or you hate it. Spam. Danny DeVito, George Lucas, and Michael Douglas were born in 1944. Jimmy Page, the guitarist, Diana Ross, Gary Busey, and Barry White, the singer. All 1944. Hey, Mama Ricky, you make sure you have a good lunch and thank them for their service from me. Grizz, good morning. Do you like spam, Grizz? Pretzel sticks, there's what's for lunch. I'm not having that for lunch, but 1944, that was a lunch. Good morning, Grizz. You love spam, sweet girl? Well, it says it's 100% pork. I really have a hard time believing that Jerry Springer's show started in 1944. He had to have been a young man. 1944, that's 76 years old now. Jerry Springer has to be at least in his 90s. Can someone ask Siri how old Jerry Springer is? Your dogs love it, Kathleen. It just has my brain in a scramble to think that the Jerry Springer Show has been around since 1944. It says he's 75. Well, how could he be 75 if he was a talk show host on February 13th in 1944? That couldn't be true. I can't read it, what it says. No, it says the Jerry Springer talk show. Oh, birth notices. Duh. Okay. Okay. Makes more sense. Makes more sense. Now I realize it. And the light bulb comes on. Thank you for helping me clear that up. I was a little bit perplexed by it. I thought, how could that be? I know they had the Lawrence Welk show and stuff, but I'm going to turn it to another page. Cary Grant, no. I Love a Soldier. Look at this Grizz. This is a thing for the Pontiac Motor Division. Like I said, look at that piece of a car. How could they sell cars? Like I said, you too can buy a Pontiac. All women. You're still here. Thank you, Susan, for still being here. And funny thing is, it still shows I have one person in the room. One person. Go figure. I know Sherry Kay has an elderly mother, and I know Bobby McNutt has an elderly mother. 11. 11's good. I'll take 11 over 6. Big Bend National Park. Where is Big Bend National Park? $12 now. I did ask that before. Can anybody, I asked it and didn't pay attention. Big Bend. Big Bend is where? It's Big Bend. Is that in Indiana? Southwest Texas. Thank you very much. I've never heard of Big Bend National Park till today. Texas, Texas, Texas. Kathleen Elliott, are you familiar with it? If you're still here. So them having a meat shortage, they must have had a farmer. Farmers weren't growing as much meat. They must have been all off to war. I'm just assuming. I don't know. And Rooster says it's in Alaska. So now I'm confused. There's Bobby McNutt's parents and Bobby McNutt when he was a baby. He didn't know he was being used for advertisement purposes. Bobby McNutt was a model. Look at his mother and father. There he is, little Bobby McNutt. I had to. And I'm repeating myself over because it's hard to carry on an audience for this long by yourself. It is hard. It is hard, it is so hard. And I'm just remembering when. Franklin Roosevelt, 4th term as a president. You can't do that anymore. It's not allowed. Isn't he? Tickle, tickle, tickle. And her eyebrows are all tweezed right, and she has the most prettiest golden red hair. Oh, Lordy. The first V-1 rocket bomb hits London. And this is what it says at the beginning of the book. And I'm gonna, nope, there we go. Listen to this army guy. Oh, come on. We'll hold that page open with the ghost. Oh, you can't really read it, the sun. The sun has a glare on my book. Jerry Fortune, if that person is being annoying and comes back with more crap to say, just remove them. But that could be Bobby in disguise. Judy in disguise. No matter what you are. You know what? I'm just going to take it over here and do this. You know, it's funny that the CIA was formed in 1944. The eye bank, 1944. I wonder if that's when they started making glass eyes. Philadelphia was paralyzed by a transportation strike. And Congress established the first 5-star general in 1944. I wonder who the first 5-star general was. I think I can guess, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. German officers make an unsuccessful attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler. French take lead allies into Paris. Dutch Jewish diarist Anne Frank and her family are discovered by the Nazis and taken to a concentration camp. IBM construct the first automatic general-purpose computer. I'm not going to show the sad doctor. Again. Jimmy Page. Cary Grant. I don't know, Movie Buff isn't in here or not, but I'm going to leave it on this for a while. The sun is starting to shine a glare on things, so it's harder to see. So we'll just take a look here. Can't make me use it. Can't make you use what, Bobby? I did. Who do you think gave Bobby a wrench? I wouldn't have it any other way, Grizz. Deidre, you got full reign. Get them out of there. Here. They want to be, of course you know that. My baby's daddy pays support. He's earned his keep. Gypsy Rose Lee's gonna be born in March or April. She's gonna be beautiful. A YouTube birth. Immaculate Conception will be born. Oop. There's a few clouds out today, not many. I love clouds. I enjoy looking at them. It doesn't cost any money. It's free. This tree is a gnarly little tree. Show what live? Oh, I'm sure if only if Hippie Chick could be there to be the midwife. Maybe Hippie Chick can go on a 3-day weekend with me. The birth, right? The birth, the baby. We're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's gonna be beautiful. She's gonna be a ray of sunshine. Bobby, be prepared. Do you want people to see your bedroom? Sherry K, how's your tree deal going at your vacation home? I don't get to see you come up on panel anymore and ask you. This morning when I woke up, I thought about you and how you were doing today with your situation. A present. There we go. Hey, Sherry K, maybe we could all meet in like March, April-ish, up by Bobby's, like he said, at that campground or something. If we start the plan now, the insurance wants to see it first. My goodness. Meantime, you got to worry about all the other weather and inclement weather. Oh, boy. Is it a long drive for you to the vacation house? Thanks, Deidre. Polaroid. What's Polaroid? It's down to meeting up. That's all tarped. Good. A 6-hour drive. Wow. Sherry. It's a 6-hour drive to Bobby's from here. I hope they put that in, including in your, when you're being paid. That's gas. But they don't. They should. It is really a beautiful day here in North Carolina. Good. Mark it down. I know you're a good businesswoman, Sherry, and this isn't your first rodeo. What? The pic of you and Bobby and baby girl. No! We'll show Bobby and the baby, but not me. No photos of me. I have photophobia. Photophobia. Just Bobby and the baby. Of course, we have to get his wife there as well, Gypsy. His YouTube wife. That would be awesome, though. I'll pitch a tent. I love to camp. Your daughter's best friend lives in North Carolina? Cool, Susan. I love to camp. I always have. And I prefer to camp in a tent. I am not one to camp in a cabin or a motorhome, travel trailer. But I will. With the mess you have, we'll have to pitch a tent. Well, I just said a tent, Bobby. Yeah, she can be born in a tent. She's a gypsy. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves, we hear it from the people of a town. And she breaks out in song. Disregard the singing. Please don't leave. Because I broke out in song. Yeah, we don't get to see Red. We don't get to hear Bobby's voice. Oh, yes, you're right, Hippie. Hippie, Bobby's just going to have to break out with some money then for a cabin. Since it's his baby. Right there at that place he showed me. We went and saw the little lake and he showed me the cabins. Sherry could be there, Aunt Sherry. Won't that be fun? A community meetup. I would love it. I'm going in April to Ohio. Jerry Fortune could come down. It wouldn't be that far for her. It'd be a 2-hour drive for the Green Wizard. Right? I love Cher. Cher's cool. Sherry, you're more than welcome. Now, I don't know how I'm going to pull that off, but we'll do it. Right? We could have a camp out. Hopefully it's not snowing bitter cold in April. If it is, I'll just hold the baby until May. May's a nice month as well. You went back to Ohio and your city was gone? Yeah, you know what? Hippie chick, Helltown is gone in Ohio. They have many cities that are gone. Ohio has a reputation for making cities and towns disappear. My area is a ghost town now. There's all kinds of buildings. It's totally the Cleveland Exodus. They said more people have left the city of Cleveland than any other big city. Chicago and all those other big cities. All Cleveland has going for it is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It really is a bad town. Commerce has gone out. The city's gone dead. It's a good song, too. What song? Well, I missed a song. Okay, what song did I miss? Get the manger out. Away in a manger. No crib for a bed. The little Bobby's girl was born instead. Bobby. The blessed event, right? The Immaculate Conception, and it will be. She will be an Immaculate Conception. April might be cool, but not too bad. I just don't want to go in the humidity hot, hot, hot. Hot, 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 hot. I have some Ohio business to take care of. What I don't like is the damn turnpike. Turnpike is $12 there and $12 back. Waste of my money. That's $25. That's a tank of gas. Damn turnpike. West Virginia Turnpike. Oh, that's a song. I've never heard it. I'm going to have to listen to it. Went back to Ohio, my city was gone. I wonder if they made that because of the cities that in Ohio that are gone. Look at this plane flying around. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just kind of circle. It's making a circle and a loop. Maybe that's the CIA called on me for sitting out in my yard talking to myself. It looped up and around, and it's coming. It is. It must be. It's going back around again. Is that you, Bobby? Flying over to check on me? And that's why you're not going live? No, it might be. There might be a Veterans Parade in town. Hell, I don't know. But it is just kind of... And it's really something. I'm just, oh, Phantom. Phantom. Meow, meow, meow. Hello, Metrosonic. You're just in time to see Phantom the cat. Phantom. He's on the hunt. He's a pretty boy. My daughter's cat, he lives between 3 houses. His choice is to be outdoors. He comes inside for a bite or two and goes back out. Kitty, kitty. Oh, by the Pretenders. I love the Pretenders. I like the song The Pretenders. There he goes. He's in the... Here he comes. Phantom! He's a rescue. And there he went. He's probably waiting for me to go inside. Meow, 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 meow. What you doing, Phantom? Kitty, kitty. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. I miss my dog. I really miss my dog. I love cats. My son had me get 2 cats. I so need another dog. Eventually, when the time is right, I'll get another one. Metrosonic, hello. Metrosonic is what he says, the name. He likes a lot of the Sonic games. He's a good supporter on YouTube. Heavy sigh. Picker Rick has me hankering for steak now. Yeah, there you go, Bobby. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Which one are you? Well, Grizz will be a thief, because he's admitted it. Sherry can't be a thief, because she barely could steal a pack of gum and had to go back in and pay for it. I don't know. A tramp, a vamp, and a bit of a scamp. She was a V-A-M-P vamp. Let me see. I don't know if I want to be a tramp. For sure I don't fit that one. I'll go with gypsy. I'm a gypsy. I'm a gypsy that has taken root here in North Carolina. You ain't no thief? Well, you're a thief in the night. I don't know, Grizz. You admitted to it. It's my story. Don't be offended. Oh, is it Big Steve that's a thief? I don't know. I used to steal, I'll be honest with you, when I was in foster care and group homes and stuff, I would go to the Uncle Bill's store. I would steal a set of new clothing, change my clothes, and throw it away. One time I got a little greedy and I took a cassette, and the guy tapped me on the shoulder and he said, if I was you, young lady, I'd put that back and walk straight out of the store. And I did. But I would steal shampoo, nail polish, an outfit to wear. Yeah, and I'd live in gas station bathrooms because it was safe and a good place to be for the night. So I was a thief. You shouldn't steal no matter what, but I did. You're such a fine figure of a man. Well, that's nice to be secure with yourself. Everybody should love theirself. Love yourself for who you are. You got to love the one you're with. And you're with yourself more than anybody else. Because everywhere you go, there you are. That's all you can do. I might not always like myself, but I try to love myself. God, Grizz. Never steal, right? It's not the best thing to do. I was a teenager. I was on the streets. I did work, but a lot of times I didn't. I was angry at the world. Now it's going to be all over YouTube that Carolyn's a thief. And she admitted it. think what's worse is when people rob you of your childhood. I mean, they didn't steal per se, but they steal your childhood. Those people that abuse people, they steal a piece of you. That's stealing as well. Noodles ain't the only liar. Oh, who you calling a liar now? Liar, liar, pants are on fire. No liar. We're all liars. A little white lie to not hurt somebody's feelings is still a lie. Sometimes when you say, do you like your present? And you say you do when you really don't to not hurt someone's feelings, it's a lie. That's good. Your favorite cousin in the family. It's important to have a good role model. It's important to have a good role model. Sonic, find yourself somebody that you can model yourself after. Aspire to move up higher in life. It's important to vibrate at a higher level. Don't let yourself get consumed in negativity and that H word. Hippie chick, keep Grizz away from Sonic, please. I like Sonic. Sonic has a good channel. I better show that. It looks funny with the chair. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. I might have misread something in the text. Let's talk, Limbo. Okay. I might have got off topic. Because the sun is shining and the text is harder to read. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it, and that's the truth. The glare of the sun on my screen here. Oh, I don't even hear any birds today. Usually you'll hear the birds out there singing. No birds, no crickets, no grasshoppers, too cold. The locusts have all buried in. Onion rings. Ooh, that sounds good. Who's having onion rings? You don't like Sonic? What I like at Sonic the best is their jalapeno poppers. They tore our Sonic down because of the new road work they're doing. They're building a 4-lane road here. In the next 10 years, our little town of Mebane is going to be huge. Fast foods don't go well with you. That's good. I'm glad. Most people need to stop eating fast foods. That's probably why I have the aches and pains I do. Sonic's too far away for you, hippie? Yes, it is. I tend to agree. I had a McDonald's sausage burrito yesterday with that 59-cent coffee that I bought 2 of. They didn't tell me that I could get refills on the 59-cent coffee. So I bought 2. And the burrito was terrible. It looked more like an egg roll. But I wanted to live stream. I was coming up back from the airport. The kids are at Disney World. They were at Epcot yesterday on the new Aladdin ride. I don't know where they are today. 2 of my kids, their significant others, 2 of my grandkids, and their kids. 2 great grandkids are at Disney World. It's a small world after all. I love that ride. And I won't go on with the song because my voice is terrible today. It is a small world. That being said, this girl is tired a little bit. I need to go inside and make sure the grandkids are working at a pace, getting a couple chores done, and having some fun. I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to say over and out 10-4 good buddies. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate the company. I'm glad we had a Remember When 1944. Don't forget the veterans. And I'm going to say over and out 10-4 good buddies, pushing the X and ending the stream. Bobby, I need you to go live sometime.